Hey, welcome back to Dream Chasers. I'm Harvey Harrington, and we are back like we left something. Today, we talked about Mike Brey yesterday as a college coach and some of the stuff that they look at. And today, we circle back with Mike Brey again. I mean, he got a lot of great insight, talks about just the real when it comes to college recruiting and college kids, college prospects. So, a lot of this information that I'm giving you today you really want to take heed to it because this could make or break your scholarship.
New Chanel, mama and Gucci, got out the hoop, yeah. Been through hell, carry the, life is a movie, yeah. We prevail, now we do the coupies, don't do the groupies, yeah. Got money for bail, don't act like you know me, knock off your koofy, yeah. Flooded the rollie with Ethan, Hellcat Katrina the Beamer, blowing the money like Freeman. I got a flex in the sleepers, they tryna do me like Caesar. You gotta watch for the creepers, I got the eye and I steam you. Roll up and I blow you like I'm such a high achiever, I make a step to believe it. Don't think the grass is greener. I wasn't counted in either. Tryna get paid in full. I feel like ace in the cleaners.
As you can see, I switched it up a little bit on the intro. It shows our merch. So go check our merch out. Like just like this hoodie right here, you can have this today. A lot of different new stuff that we have coming. I know the pandemic kind of slowed us down, but we are back like we left something. So I want you to go check us out, Shopify, and pick the merch out that you want today. I'm looking for some brand ambassadors. I want you guys to step out and take this journey with us. I want you to watch this clip. Mike Brey is talking about just parents in the crowd, talking about parents in general. He's talking about different things that they look at in order to recruit certain kids and certain things that are not kids out of the box. So I want you to take a look at this. I mean, these are some of the things that a lot of kids are having problems with. And if this can help any athlete to reach their goal and possibly get a scholarship and, help them to reach their dreams, I want you to be able to have that. So, in order to reach your goals, you're going to have to know some of these things. And I'm just giving you a lot of knowledge. So, check this clip out.
There is no question that we evaluate parents with the prospects as much as we evaluate the prospect. I think it's fair to say that maybe we backed off offering a scholarship because I wasn't sure that I could communicate with the right way the parent when the young man was here. Um, it's such a big part of the equation. So yes, I watch family reaction in the stands when I'm recruiting, and certainly I talk to the parents a lot in the process, just as much as I do the prospect, because I want to get their vibe. Because when we're in here and they're here with us, I mean, then you need them in with both feet and supportive through tough times. Young man's not playing much as a freshman. It's going to be hard. I think you have to talk about that all on the front end. I've had, for the most part, some great parents. And some of my best parents have been parents that played the game in college and understood, coach, here he is, coach him, get on his backside when you need to, pump him up. If you have any problems with him, you let me know. There's a lot of good in that theme. I don't know if we have as much of it from parents these days as we need, but can a parent, when you make this decision, give the young man over to the coach and the teachers and be supportive? It really makes it easy on the kid as far as being confident, trusting the teacher, trusting the coach, not having second thoughts. How do you talk to him after a game? Maybe he didn't play, maybe he didn't play well, maybe he didn't play as much as he thought. That is a big part of the young person's progression. And again, I was a parent of two children who were athletes, and I always tried to practice what I preached. He's the coach. He's all yours. Be supportive. If my son came and wanted to talk about it, let's talk about it. We're not going to talk about playing time. We're not going to get into you're not getting enough shots. When you get into that, with a young person, I think you can really be a distraction and like kind of derail progression. And we've been fortunate here, but it's part of the process. We evaluate on the front end.
All right, let's break it down. He talks about family and reactions in the stand. They really watch what the parents are doing. They watch what family members are doing. I mean, just because you're one of the best players on your team or one of the best players possibly in the state, your attitude can make or break a lot of different things. A lot of these coaches are not going for, attitudes in the stands. They're not going for, kids looking in the stands, getting reaction from parents, because this is not going to help their program in the long run. And I get it. Think about AAU basketball. This is the reason why I'm not a big fan of it, is because with AAU basketball, you can jump from team to team. You can play a game one night, take your jersey off, go play for another team. There's no real loyalty to it. And then a lot of times people have certain things to say about different coaches. Okay, maybe you didn't get shots. Maybe somebody else got more shots than you did and they shot the ball too much, so your people feel like. And now you got problems. Now, when you're leaving on a car ride home, you have something to say about that coach. This is something that college coaches are not going to deal with. Think about it like this: when you get to college as well, like a lot of times as a freshman, you may not get the playing time that you want. Okay, you may not get the playing time that your family or other people think you deserve. You may even have just a friend or roommate that may feel like, oh, you need to play again. You need to play more. Why didn't you play tonight? You're better than so-and-so. Well, so-and-so has been there for 3 years and maybe they're a little bit stronger. Maybe they understand things a little bit better, but maybe you are a better shooter. All right. They have to bring you along. And that's what the college game is about. I was just watching something the other day with my cousin. He played at St. Pat's, and he said something that was kind of crazy. He was playing behind the number one point guard in the nation and was not getting any playing time. Like, we got to find a way to keep kids hungry. And if you're watching this and you're a kid, you got to find a way to stay hungry, because there's going to come your time. You're going to get your time. It's probably going to happen, but it may not happen when you want it to happen. Now, as back to the story that I was talking about, my cousin, he was waiting to play, didn't get in. I mean, played a bunch of different tournaments, and he didn't get in. He was a freshman. He's waiting. He was one of the only freshmen that got to that varsity level and was able to stay there and, go and travel with the team. So when the number one point guard got poked in the eye, here he comes. And, I mean, the whole time he kept telling people, like, wait till I get in the game. And, I mean, he scored 8 points real fast. I mean, you know how mentally tough you have to be to do that, or how hungry you got to be? A lot of kids will just fade in the background. Or they want to play, maybe drop me down to JV or freshman. Like, this is a mindset and an attitude you got to keep the whole entire way. Throughout high school, the same things that you might go through fighting to get to the varsity squad, you're going to have to do that when you get in college. Not a lot of people are just able to just play when you get to college. It doesn't work like that. Got to make sure that there's buy-in. Kids have to buy in, parents have to buy in, and you have to show that. If you're watching this and your parents in the crowd and they're acting a certain way, you got to talk to your parents as well. Maybe your parents didn't play the game. Maybe they did play the game, but at a certain point they have to back off because they could be hurting your chances. You got to entrust your child to that coach. Just like what I said about AAU, I don't think a lot of times that you're entrusting your child fully to your coaches. Sometimes you are, sometimes you're not. Maybe you have a coach that you're high on, but then you jump around and you don't like this coach. Once you get to the college level, you have to entrust what the coach is doing, or you're going to be jumping around from school to school. And who wants that? Just remember, ultimately, this is a process. So in every process, you got to be patient, you got to be willing to work, and you got to stay hungry, you got to stay after it. So just remember these words and what I said today, and I think you'll be good, parents and kids alike. I want to thank y'all for watching. This is Harvey Harrington's with Dream Chasers. Check our merch out. Check out our YouTube page. Check out our Facebook, Dream Chasers Basketball Indy. I want to thank y'all for watching. Take care.